How does the internet work? The internet content we see on our mobile phones or computers originates from data centers, which are often located far away from us. So, how does this content reach us? The simplest and most direct way is through satellites. However, transmitting internet data by satellite means that the signal must first travel from the data center up to a satellite in space, and then back down from the satellite to Earth. This takes more time and can also be affected by environmental conditions. The faster and more efficient way of transmitting internet data is on land, using fiber optic cables. This does not mean that we never use satellite communication. We will look at when and where satellites are used as our third method. All the internet content we send and receive is stored in different data centers, in storage devices called servers. Inside these servers, the devices used to store the data are called SSDs, solid-state drives. From these storage systems, the data travels through fiber optic networks toward the address where it has been requested or assigned. One of the many types of addresses used on the internet is the IP address. The internet data traveling through fiber optics may cross oceans and seas, mountains and valleys before reaching its destination. We can see in this illustration how internet cables are laid across the oceans. After this long journey, the data arrives at another data center known as C2C, cradle to cradle. This data center, like other data centers, can both receive and transmit data. From C2C, the data is distributed to national and regional data centers. All of these interconnected routes together are known as the internet backbone. There is one important point we should not forget. Both large and small data centers can receive and transmit data. They are all interconnected, communicate with one another, and work together. That is why we describe the internet as global. What is fiber optics? So, fiber optics is the starting point and the main transport network of the internet. The other two internet routes that we will look at, satellite communication and towers or wireless networks, also originate from the fiber optic network. So, what exactly is fiber optics? A fiber optic is a very thin strand made of glass or a glass-like material. Through this glass fiber, data is transmitted in the form of light signals. Because the data traveling through fiber optics is carried by light, it can travel much faster than the electrical copper-based telephone systems that were used in the past. However, the light signals traveling through fiber optics, like any traveler, gradually become weaker. To restore their strength, devices known in English as amplifiers and repeaters are used. These supporting components provide additional energy and restore the signal so that it can continue traveling until it reaches the next amplification point. These amplifiers and signal restoration devices are installed along international and national networks, typically at distances of about 50 to 120 kilometers from one another. The second internet route we consider is through towers or wireless networks. It is also associated with Wi-Fi. Up to the tower, this network operates through fiber optics. After that, the signal travels wirelessly through waves from one location to another. In some places, towers can also communicate directly with other towers using radio waves without a fiber optic connection between them. For example, much of the internet content we send and receive through our mobile phones reaches us through communication towers. Satellite internet, our third method, is satellite communication. This method is particularly useful in areas where laying fiber optic cables or installing communication towers is difficult because of the terrain, as well as along transportation routes such as roads, maritime routes, railways, and other difficult-to-reach areas. One example is the Sahara Desert, where satellite communication can be used to provide internet access. However, one important point should not be forgotten. The satellite internet connection also originates from a data center. The future of the internet, we can dare to say that the internet is still in its early stages of development. What does the long-term future of the internet look like? Its capacity and speed may increase by 100 to 1,000 times. The internet may also increasingly use artificial intelligence, AI, to manage itself and protect against attacks, making the network more secure. At the global level, internet access will also expand further into remote regions through fiber optics, mobile networks, and satellites, allowing information to reach more and more people. This brings us to a final question. Will we, as human beings, be able to control the internet and artificial intelligence in the future?